So MCN magazine just did their 2015 leader bike shootout. The bikes they had in that was the new R1, 2015 R1, the new 1299 Ducati, this bike, current model ZX10, current model Fireblade, and current model GX1000. The result was that the R1 came out on top. The track times were pretty good, like whatever it was running, but it beat the Ducati just. ZX10 came in third, about 2 seconds behind, and then this thing was just behind that again, and followed by the old Chookies, the Honda and the Suzuki. Yeah, and a lot of people read into that and go, oh, fuck, you know, what happened to the S1000? She kind of died in the arse. I don't know, weird, like, the DDC maybe could have been a factor. You know, a lot of people stress they're not comfortable with it. You know, it might not be calibrated a lot well for racetracks in the new geese, if you will. Everyone says that when this bike came out, it was the DDC has been tuned more for the road than it was for the track. Maybe BMW overdid it a bit, especially the slick mode calibration. Well, you know, whatever. Performance times, acceleration, this thing was fucking pretty much up there. Braking, this thing killed everything significantly. I'm surprised they didn't look into that more, because it's an important facet of a comparison, or you know, of a performance bike anyway. 80 to 120 acceleration, the BMW won it. But yeah, no, overall the R1 was considered the best bike, and you know, good on them. It's a fucking good bike. It's ugly as fuck, but it's no doubt a good bike, and so it bloody should be. You know, Yamaha hasn't done a new one in 6 years, so you know, they're due. Definitely catching up to, you know, your BMWs, your Ducatis, and all that kind of stuff. But you know, the main thing I wanted to touch on was that, you know, people look into this and go, oh, you know, the S1000's dead, whatever, the R1's the new king dog, and you know, for the track, no doubt, it's a better bike. It looks like that way. It looks that way anyway on paper. However, how many of us actually ride these things all the time on the track? So MCN also did a road component comparison, and this thing won it, naturally. You know, I don't think that was going to be any real surprises there. However, what was the biggest surprise was that the R1 wasn't that bad on road. You know, they said that, you know, it wasn't uncomfortable. It handled itself pretty well once you put it into the lower power mode, riding modes, whatever shit it does. You know, no dynamic suspension obviously in the base R1, but you know, whatever. But yeah, you know, the Beamer won. So I think for most of us who buy these bikes for riding on the road, it's definitely an important factor to think about. And you know, you got the toys as well. The R1 doesn't have an auto blipper, it doesn't have cruise control, it doesn't have heated grips. Fuck, it's got nothing. It might as well be a 10-year-old bike. I think it's got a quick upshifter, that's it. You know, it's the same as BMW's been running forever. Well, the older model. And you know, those are features that we all use all the time. Especially cruise control. I've learned to love it. Oh, these are adjustable resets on this. Nice. So, you know, I mean, in saying that, these are superbikes. Their purpose is to be on the track. The fact that barely any of us actually get out there that much, well, you know, that's just something else. This is an interesting little road. Oh, this is the goat track. But yeah, you know, for anyone on the fence between an R1 and a new S1000, well, ask yourself what you're going to do with it. Are you going to ride it on the road at all? Because if you are, buy the BMW. If you're never going to ride it on the road, buy an R1. Cheaper to modify, cheaper to fix when you crash it, and you will. And all that. yeah, more on the comparison, I guess. Ducati did well. They mentioned that the electronics have definitely made it more livable. It's not as fucking out to kill you as it used to be. What killed it was its on-road drivability and comfort and all that kind of shit. As usual, it's a piece of shit as far as comfort goes. No surprises there. It's a Ducati. The ZX-10 did really well. I'm looking forward to Kawasaki bringing out their new model. You know, the H2's out, but it's not in the same ballpark as these things. It's just a fucking, you know, road rocket. That's all it is. It happens to handle okay. That's what it is. It's a missile that happens to go around corners okay. Nice road. Look at that. Twisties and shit. A good opportunity to use my auto blipper. I'm back into first gear. Pushing the bar, lean around. Gay 42 degrees. Yeah, the ZX-10. You know, good bike. They reckon that the gearing's too tall on the bloody thing as well. I think 0 to 100 k's an hour, I think it was the quickest, followed by this. Maybe. Oh, I can't remember where the other one was. But there was not much in them anyway. Yeah, it's all gearing, but you know, it's a good bike. You just got to change a couple of things. Always has been. The Gixxer, poor Gixxer, used to be the king dog. I don't know why Suzuki hasn't done anything to it though. It's just depressing. Like, it finished last in the comparo. You know, it's like, why, Suzuki? You've got to do something. The world has moved on. The Honda was just the Honda, you know, comfortable bike, whatever, they talk up the chassis, blah blah blah. Underpowered was the big thing with both the Gixxer and the Honda. One of the comments that I laughed at was, you know, these bikes don't have traction control or anything like that, but due to their power they don't need it. I thought that, well, that's a bit of a slap in the face, considering they're still freaking leader bikes. Whatever. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm keen to give the R1 a go though. Look at me using the clutch to shift. Like a peasant. Come on, look at this, look at this. Ooh, a manual downshift. Ooh, like a sick cunt.